Hello, YouTube family. No, you guys didn't run me off already. Just been busy the last couple of days. I'm still around. Currently at 1,800 subscribers. And I want to thank each and every one of you. And for those of you that hasn't already subscribed, please like and comment, subscribe to my channel. Got a little time to kill while I'm letting my food heat up in the air fryer. Nothing extravagant. You know, some tuna. That's all. Yes, I do tuna in air fryer. It's actually pretty good. Fix it the way you want to fix it. But anyway, today I want to talk about living alone, living in solitude, and not having a spouse or a girlfriend. Where a lot of people may think it's a sad situation for them, but if you look at the bright side, you have a place to yourself. You're finally managing your own money, and you got the freedom to come and go as you please, if you please. No more interior noise that filters all the way on the exterior of the home. And this is nothing against being married. I am just strictly talking about those of us that chose to remain to themselves and living alone. I myself, yes, I would prefer living alone from now until, I don't know, I won't say never, but for right now, this situation works for me. Because, you know, being in marriages and dealing with a lot of things, you taking in, not only you taking in that person, you taking in their kids, and you got all these other things going on. When does a man get a chance to relax? And yes, society deems us to want to be married and want to be this family person and all these things. And I spent the better part of, I would say the last 30 plus years thinking I had to belong to somebody. Now, being in relationships, not all, but being in a lot of these relationships, think about it. People are living together and struggling. Because when you bring in another person, or when you go into another person's life, one of you tend to get a little bit lazy. But guess what? Me living alone, don't have time to get lazy. I choose my lazy days, and I've managed to work that out better now, because I figured my Sunday evenings and my Wednesday afternoons are going to be my lazy days, because I'm working full time. I got side things going on, got a little bit of hustle here and a little hustle there. So bills are being paid, and I can happily say for the first time in, I don't know, I'm going to say 4 years, that I haven't had to worry about utilities being turned off, or worried about somebody that's tearing up their car and all these things. So anything that becomes a failure is by way of me, and I have no intentions on failing. You know, if I get sick, I got a backup plan. You know, I would like to think in my current situation, and I'm hoping I'm not laid up for 6 months, but I think I'll be all right for 6 months. That's not saying dip it into a discount, you know, I'm not rich by no stretch of the imagination. Oh yeah, cheers everyone. And I'm going to slow this thing down. My benefits. And if you want to come in on your benefits and your pros and cons to choosing to live alone, I welcome those. But for me, it strengthened me, because for the longest, I've always lived with somebody. I've always had a girlfriend, or I may have went through maybe a year and a half, 2 years where maybe tops 3 years, and I was dating this particular woman, and she had her own home and I had my own home. So, but we spent so much time with each other, it was kind of like we lived together. And so it was always an involvement. Here now, I wouldn't even call it dating. I would call it just friendly acquaintances. You know, you meet someone, you could go out and have coffee and tea or whatever. And I'm sticking with my game plan. I can invite you to coffee. I can invite you to tea. You know, if you want anything other than that, if you're thinking about a late night dinner and all this stuff, and you can sit there and take pictures of the food, I'm not the one for you, because I'm not trying to up your channels and up your, you know, food placement. You know, that's fine for everybody that does that. But, you know, I am self-sufficient. I am taking care of one person, myself. Like I said, I don't have to worry about bills or the other person getting sick or the other person, we having these arguments or disagreements. And then, you got to deal with their kids if they're not you guys' kids together. So these are some of the benefits that has worked for me. Do I get lonely? No, I don't get lonely because I know plenty of people. How do you define your loneliness? Because you're scrambling to trying to find a date and nobody wants to go out with you. But let me tell you something. Find creative things to do by yourself. There are all kind of groups, social groups. You can go cycling with people. You can go to arts and crafts. You can go to these RV shows. By the way, I'll be attending one this weekend. There are a lot of things that you can do to not feel so lonely. The only reason why a lot of people find themselves feeling lonely because they probably were like me. Years, I'm talking about years of always being with someone. And that first is different for everybody. That first month or even that first 6 months, once you decide that's it, I'm living alone, it can tend to feel a little lonely. But let me tell you, it's not. It's just your state of mind. Consider that time to strengthen everything you already have. If you have that one job, now you've got all this spare time and you're sitting at home watching television every evening for 6 hours. Find a creative way to make money while you're sitting there for those 6 hours. Get you an eBay page. Start selling items. Buy low, sell at a moderate rate. Look around your house. You probably still got things. And if you got a basement, you probably got a basement full of things you've been wanting to throw away. You just can't find the time. Clear out a corner in that basement. Set up your blank screen. Take pictures and start selling that stuff. Because the whole saying, one man junks is another man treasure. That is a true statement. There are all kind of yard sales and things of that nature. But just start peddling your own things. Become a master of your own craft. If you had a hustle mentality growing up and now you find yourself alone, why not utilize that time to make some extra money? It's simple. And we're not talking about get rich overnight type of stuff. You'd be surprised you can put things on eBay or OfferUp or any of those sale apps for $20, $30 here or there. If you have 10 items that you're posting right now for $20 or more, think about how much money that would be when it sells. Don't worry about if it sells in the next week or two. Eventually it will sell. And don't worry about the low ballers. They're going to come with that. So you already have a set price. You're not desperate to let it go. So, they're going to offer, most times they're going to try to get it $5 below whatever you're going to post it for. If you want to let it go for $5 less, then go ahead. But meet them in the middle. $3 below for what they're asking. And let's talk about meal prep. Let's talk about dinner and breakfast and those mornings off. Nothing is better than having that Saturday morning when you're off work and you can get up and have that coffee. And sometimes I don't even turn the television on. I just listen to the peace and quiet because you don't have other people storming about. And there's nothing wrong with that. If you in a relationship, you got a whole family, that's not what I'm talking about. This is for the people that choose to live alone. You have that peace and quiet. You could plan your meals better. If you like leftovers, cook enough for the next day. Or change the meal up. Or things of that nature. I was having a conversation with a young lady the other day, and she was on the phone talking to me as if I'm sitting over here suffering. I don't have food. I don't have a stove. She was trying to tell me things, and then I had to tell her about my background that, hey, I was raised to pretty much take care of me. I know how to cook. I know how to clean. I know how to do my own laundry. And the typical thing that came out of her mouth that I've heard so many women say, but you would do better if I was over there. No, I wouldn't. I would do better probably for that week. So if I'm telling you I don't want that right now, you can't invite yourself in because you're going to disturb my peace. And I have made a few videos about reclaiming your peace. I have my peace. You know, sometimes things may get a little hectic at work. You want to come home and have somebody to talk to. Call a friend. That's better than coming home and then you're trying to talk to your spouse about your day and they ignoring you. And now you saying something, she's saying something. Now you guys got a whole fight. You've been fighting all day. You've been fighting at your job. Now you're fighting at home with your spouse, which your spouse had nothing to do with it. But I am just happy to be by myself because, like I said, I always felt like somebody had to be here with me. I had to be longer to somebody, if you know what I mean. Nah, that's not even the case. That's not the case at all. And for those of you that are out there that are looking for things to do, like I say, get you an eBay page, get you a OfferUp page, join some walking groups. If you want to get some extra money, do some of these delivery things. I mean, I don't know who would want to put that much wear and tear on their vehicle. I particularly wouldn't want to do that. That's why I'm glad I can pick up side jobs in my current field. You know, so, but and I have sold a few things that I was no longer using. It was not because I had to have the money to pay a bill, but you look around and you realize things that you haven't used in a while. And when are you gonna use it? So let it go. And if you want to put that money in your savings, put that chunk of money in your savings. Because a lot of things, like I said, a lot of people with a basement full of things, there's your savings account right there. Start selling off some things. Or there is your money for the trip that you want to take, but you don't want to dip into your personal accounts and fall behind because you're living alone. Sell some things. There's all kind of ways that you can do this. And if we all just really sit down and start taking inventory of our lives, inventory of the things that we have in our homes, inventory in the money that's going out of your home. So then you can treat yourself to that night out or that evening out. I used to spend a lot of times going out 3 or 4 nights a week at bars, hit a bar, have a beer, have some food. The end of the month, I started balancing all that stuff out. Well, one day in particular, I did that. I had spent over $800 just hanging out. Not while I was going to no fancy restaurant. I wasn't clubbing. It was just hitting a bar here, dinner there. I had to change the way I was doing things because all I was doing stuffing myself with stuff and coming home feeling miserable the whole night. Money gone. I cut all that out. I treated myself over the weekend to some Mexican food because I realized I hadn't been out in a while. I haven't been anywhere to where I want to just go sit down and enjoy it. And get this, I went by myself. I didn't invite a single soul because I didn't want to be bothered with. And when I say be bothered with, if my life is peaceful and I invite somebody to just come and have a meal with me or lunch, they're going to bring all their negativity and disturb my peace. Why can't we just, as friends, sit down and laugh and talk and have a great time and be playful and joyful? Don't bring me your sob stories all the time. I particularly don't want to hear it. So for a lot of you that are out there and wondering or even thinking that you feeling alone and you can't find anybody, y'all get past that. Maybe that somebody's not there for you right now. Maybe you just don't really need that person in your life right now. Enjoy your solitude. Enjoy your time alone. Trust me. Start working on yourself. Grow a little day by day. And this is coming from somebody that finally made a conscious decision to do it. Yeah, I could have gotten out of that one relationship and jumped in another one and had somebody in here in 3 weeks, but no, I can't do it. And I'm not going to say never, but for right now, what works for me is what I have right now, peace of mind. So with that being said, until next time, you all have a great afternoon or a great morning whenever this video should grace your screen. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. I'm still around. Once again, it's Warren, and everybody be safe.